Hello, everybody. Welcome, 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 welcome back to day 13 of the 30-day 10K month challenge. And I am elated that you have decided to come back. For the past 12 days, we have been sharing some transformational information, and I'm so glad that you've been here to get all of it. So, listen, if you know, you know. You need your notepad, your iPad, your pens, and your pencils so you can get ready to take in this information that is going to be shared on today. So, I know that some of you have been here since day one. Some of you joined on day two. Some of you came in on day three or four or five. Some of you came in just yesterday on day 12. It does not matter. If you know me, you know it doesn't matter when you join. What matters is that you're in. That's it. So, what I do want you to do though is whatever day you jumped in the challenge, I want you to put that in the chat. If you've been here since day one, put a one. If you've been here since day two, put a two. Day three, put a three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10, 11, 12. And if today is your first day, put a 13 in the chat. And so, what it says to me that you are here is telling me that every day you show up, you're proving that your momentum is real, right? And your discipline is strengthening and your mind is shifting. That's what that says to me. So I want you to go ahead and drop a fire emoji in the comments if you're ready to step into the value of your voice today. Yeah, let me see your fire emojis over here. I want to see them over here. If you are ready to step into the value of your voice today. Yeah. Today is so important. Today is so critical. Today is so game changing. And our theme for today is your voice carries value. And I don't know who needed to hear that, who needed to be reminded of that, but I want you to write that down in your notes. My voice carries value. Write that down. All right. And so I know we have people who are new here. We have people all across the globe. So we're streaming on multiple platforms. And so I just want to let you know for anyone joining, I know it's 13 and some of you just now jumping in, and I love it. Thank you. So, for anyone joining for the first time, I am Dr. Tiffany R. Harris, the mindset architect for limitless success. Yes. Oh, I love when I say that. And I help entrepreneurs, business owners, professionals, and speakers build confidence, shift their identity, and master communication so that they can attract opportunities, clients, and revenue with their voice. Right? And so, for those of you who've been around and you know me, you know that there's a plethora of other things that I do. Yet, for purposes of this challenge, this is how I show up and serve. All right. So, my day ones, you know, you get a founding scripture every day. Day 12, you just found out yesterday. Day 13, you're going to find out today that everything that I do is rooted and grounded in scripture, which are the basics, which is the business instruction, which these are the principles, right? The scriptures that has helped me be the speaker and the change maker that I've been for the past decade in speaking on stages in over 40 different countries and helping hundreds of individuals shift their mindset, build their confidence, right? And increase their impact. And so people always say, well, Dr. Harris keep talking about these scriptures. Again, day 13s, people want to know how I've done the things that I've been able to do. And then when I tell them, they don't want to hear it, right? But it's just that simple, day 13s. It's nothing magical, right? It's all biblical. I just apply the word. And so today's grounding scripture is Proverbs 18 and 21. And it says, life and death are in the power of the tongue. Write that down. Life and death are in the power of the tongue. And that means that your voice creates outcomes. I don't know if y'all realize how much authority your voice has, right? I don't know if y'all really realize how triumphant your voice is. Your voice creates outcomes. Your words shape your environment. Yeah. And your language affects your identity, your results, and your income. And so if you're using your voice to say out of your mouth, rolls off of your tongue, oh, I'll never be able to make 10K a month, then you will feel depleted. You will feel discouraged. You will feel disqualified. The actions that you take, there will be none. You will not put in the work, right? You will not go out there and produce. You will not get active. So pay attention to the words that you are speaking, right? It's one thing for other people to use their words to portray and to write this narrative and paint this picture of you. But it's another thing when you do it yourself. Don't do that, right? Your voice is a tool, it's a weapon. And depending on how you use it, some of you have been speaking death over everything that God wants to bless you with. Yeah. And so God's like, I'm trying to give it to you, but you don't even believe, right? Because we've been talking about this, that you deserve it. And because you don't believe it here, you're not going to speak it. You're not going to use your voice to claim it. You're not going to use your voice to lock it in and secure it. You don't believe in yourself. You don't believe in God. You don't believe in your gift, right? And so the purpose of this challenge is to help you break all that, is to help you change all that, is to help you remove yourself from all that, right? Because y'all got 10K seasons that y'all got to get to, right? And so write this down. My voice is a business tool, right there. My voice is a business tool. As an entrepreneur, your voice is one of the most powerful assets. One of the most powerful assets. Yeah. And listen, for those of you who are still on the fence and you're like, I don't want to use my voice. I don't know if it sounds good. And, the tone and the raspiness and it's too deep or it's too high pitch and people don't want to hear from me. And right. Your voice attracts clients. I didn't say your voice attracts everyone because it will not. But your voice does attract clients. There are people out there who want to hear your voice. Better yet, there are people out there who need to hear your voice. They're waiting to hear your voice. They can listen to you all day long. They want to put you on repeat, replay. Yeah. So stop focusing on the ones who don't want to hear you and focus on the ones who do want to hear you, who haven't even heard you yet. I need you to understand how powerful. You got to get it up here. But I get it if you're not there yet, but that's why I'm here to help you get there. I'm here to help you shift your mindset and speak. That's the name of my flagship program, Shift Your Mindset and Speak Speaker Academy. And one of the things that I do is I help speakers, authors, entrepreneurs, business owners communicate their way to clients, to contracts, and connections. Why am I able to do that? Because I had to do it for myself. It started with me. I had to realize that my voice wasn't meant to be kept silent. It was this treasure that wasn't meant to be locked in his chest with the key, thrown away somewhere and hidden. Right. So I need you all to get to that point about your voice. And I need you to focus on the evidence that you have experienced when you have used your voice. Because already, for some of you, people have already come to you and said, thank you so much for what you shared. I needed to hear that. Oh, thank you so much for creating that video. I needed to hear that. Yeah. Thank you so much for taking the stage. Thank you for doing that interview. What you said helped me go from stalling to soaring. People need your voice. As an entrepreneur, your voice is one of the most powerful assets. And I hope you wrote that down. Your voice will not only attract clients, but it's going to build trust. So as you're asking God for increase, you're asking God for more clients, right? Part of getting those clients, people need to be able to trust you. People can't trust you if you never talk to them and tell them who you are, what you do, and how you solve their problems. Not every problem you're not solving, their particular problem. You have an answer for it, you have a solution for it. So build trust and be vulnerable. Tell them about what you've been through. Tell them about how you can solve their problem because you've been through the same thing. You solved the problem for yourself, you saw the results, and now you're going to be able to do it for them. Your voice establishes credibility. Your voice communicates your message. Some of you may be saying, well, Dr. Tiffany, I don't have a message. Yes, you do. We all have a message. And so what I need you to do is sit down and think about every inbox that you get, every phone call, every text message when people are saying, oh, Felicia, can you help me with this? Hey, Felicia, I see that you're good at doing that. Hey, can you show me how you did that? What are people coming to you for? What comes naturally and easily to you that is difficult and challenging for other people? What problems have you been known to solve? Right? And don't overthink it. And when you figure that out, communicate that. Communicate why that is important. Communicate the results that the individuals have seen. And so when I'm communicating my message, you always hear me talking about mindset. My firm, my company is Shift Your Mindset and Dream Big. My flagship program, I told you, is Shift Your Mindset and Speak Speaker Academy. It's all about mindset. The curriculums that I wrote, it's the mindset and mental health wellness manuscript. But again, mindset, it's very clear. And then I'm able to talk about the results. So your voice communicates your message. Your voice conveys authority. Your voice defines your brand. Your voice generates revenue. And so because I first believed that my voice was needed, because I first believed that my voice was a business tool, because I believed that my voice was the solution, it was easier for me to get up there and do interviews. And I didn't say easy, I said easier to get up there and do interviews, to get up there and do podcasts, to get up there and speak on stage in California, to give a keynote address to graduates in North Carolina, to go into schools in New Jersey and speak to high schoolers. Right? People will find you once you find your voice and use it. Write that down. People will find me once I find my voice and use it. Some of you heard me say this before, my day 13s. If you're new here, you don't know me, your first time meeting me. There was a time where I did not want to use my voice on TikTok, right? So I was using my voice by creating my videos and I was posting them on Instagram and Facebook. And I was sharing inspirational messages and people were connecting with me. I was attracting clients there. I was building trust on that platform. And my niece, her name is Jasmine, and she said, TT, you need to get on TikTok. You need to do this on TikTok. I said, oh, Jasmine, listen, I have no capacity to get on TikTok, right? I don't want to communicate my message on TikTok, right? And so she kept saying it. I said, okay, all right, Jasmine, I'm going to do it. So then I used my voice on TikTok. The billions of people on TikTok. A woman sent me a message on my inbox. Let's follow me talking about, I went over to TikTok. I started building trust. I started establishing credibility. I started communicating my message. I started attracting clients. And this lady jumped in my inbox and she said, I love your messages. You came across my For You page. I've been watching your messages. I've been listening. It's been helping me. I'm having a conference coming up and I want to bring you out to Chicago as one of my speakers. And I said, who is this lady? Yeah, because y'all know people, what they say, troll, and people are not real. You have these fake pages. I said, now who is this person? So I was hesitant at first. However, I did my due diligence and found out that she was a real person. And she brought me out to Chicago, and I was a speaker at her women's conference, right? All because I went over to a different platform and I started to use my voice, right? That allowed people to see me. I was visible. I was conveying authority. I was establishing credibility, right? I was defining my brand. I was communicating my message. And then she's just one client of others who've come. Most recently, so you all know, well, Day 13's new people you may not know. So I am the founder of an international women's community called When Women Empower. And we are working on our second anthology. It's called We Don't Look Like What We've Been Through. And as a matter of fact, the first series was just for women who were members of my community. For series two, I said, no, I'm going to open it up to all women, right? So I put that information out there on TikTok. Here we go, y'all. Listen to me. TikTok again. And I had a woman, several individuals actually reached out to me from TikTok about wanting to be in the anthology. Why? Because I was establishing myself as someone with credibility, conveying authority, right? Defining my brand. And they ended up joining the anthology and they invested in themselves. Right. So I just want to give y'all real examples of what happens. Right. But see, many people, many of you are operating like your voice doesn't matter, and it does. Write that down. Put in the comments, my voice matters. And I want to talk to you about some signs you're not using your voice, right? Because some of you may think that you are. Some of you may be in denial and don't even realize it. So let me help you, right? Let me help you, right? It's going to be a self-check time. All right. So here's the first sign that you are not using your voice. You ready? You are second guessing what to say, right? How many times have God told you to go ahead and say it? And you're like, oh, I should say that because they might not receive it. So I'm going to shrink and I'm going, no, don't do that. Believe in your voice. Own your voice, right? Write that down. I'm going to own my voice. And so when you second guess what to say, you talk yourself out of posting. How many times have y'all put a video up there, you typed in your caption, and then you like delete, 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 you're holding the delete button, backspace, and you X taking up the video down. Or you worked yourself up. Okay, I'm ready. I'm going to go live. All right. My hair good, lip gloss good. All right. Let me click the live button. Oh, let me click it. Oh, no, 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 I can't do it. Right? Who's doing that? So that's a sign that you're not using your voice, right? You avoid lives, you avoid interviews, you avoid speaking. And so while when I say avoid, it may not just be people reaching out to you and you don't respond, you may not even go after it. And that's the thing about speaking. And one of the things that I talk to my clients about, people think that, oh, I'm just going to sit back and everybody's going to reach out to me and ask me to speak on their platforms. No, sometimes, a lot of the time, you got to go after it. You got to go get it. I told y'all some days ago, early on in the challenge, you got to be a dog about the industry that you're in. You got to be a dog about letting people know that you are the solutionist and the best answer, the only choice. Yes, you see an opportunity come up. You know what? Let me go ahead and fill out this speaker application. Let me submit my proposal. But some of you avoid that because you don't trust your voice, because you don't believe in your voice, because you don't own your voice, right? Some of you silence yourself in rooms where your input matters. How do I know? I used to do it. I told you I went from being afraid to talk to the six-figure income earners in the room to being one of the six-figure income earners in the room. I used to get in the back of the room and sip on my water, my apple juice, and my ginger ale, like, just looking around. Or I would go hide in the bathroom, like, oh my God, this is almost over. I had to like, I had to check myself. Like, what are you doing? Why even waste your time to come if you're not going to show up and serve and speak and let them know that you are here, you are valuable, your voice matters, you have an opinion, you have a perspective, you have a solution, you have the solution, you are the only choice, right? And some of you only speak when you're asked, not because you're called. You shrink your tone so you don't sound quote unquote too much, right? You apologize for your authority. Don't stop doing that. You never apologize for your authority. You were designed for more. You were created for more. God didn't call you to play small, right? Listen, stand on your power. Stand in on your excellence. Okay? Some of you water down your value, your price points. You change it because, oh, well, they're not going to pay that. They're not going to invest and pay 5K for my curriculum or 6K for my curriculum. So I'll change it and make this a 4K curriculum to fit. No, people will pay for your intellectual property. I told y'all I put together an 8-week curriculum for students, for teachers, for early childcare educators. I just had a meeting yesterday and someone talked to me about doing it for athletes. When I sent my proposal over, I didn't say, well, you know what? I don't think I don't think that they're going to be able to fund this and invest in my curriculum. So you know what? I already got it in here that it's a 5K, 6K curriculum. All right, let me change it. No, don't do that. Right? And so your revenue is connected to your voice. But so many of you, you're whispering. Yeah. When you should be leading and leading loud, leading from the front, leading with authority. Okay. So what you say about yourself matters. I told y'all, forget about what everybody else say. It's what are you saying about yourself? Yeah. So Proverbs 18 and 21 tells us that your words carry weight. Every time you say, oh, I don't know if I can do this, that's carrying weight. It's weighing you down. Every time you say, I'm not ready for this, you're counting yourself out. Every time you say, nobody will listen to me. Yeah. You're knocking yourself out before anybody else does. Every time you say, I'm not good at speaking. Every time you say, I hate being on video, right? Every time, every time. So you want to speak life into yourself. You are speaking death over your own calling when you do that. Write this down. My voice is either building my future or burying it. Write that down. My voice is either building my future or burying it. So you have to make the decision about what you're going to do with your voice. So let me give you 3 dimensions of a powerful voice. It's your internal voice, your external voice, and your leadership voice. So let me just give you some information about all 3. Because in order to shift into a 10K entrepreneur, you must strengthen in these 3 areas. So your internal voice, how you talk to yourself, it sets the tone for everything, right? And don't sit here and play with me and act like you don't talk to yourself. We all do it. And if you see that you don't talk to yourself, let me get away from you, because when God come and get you, we all do it, right? I know when I'm getting ready to speak on stage, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go out here, speak to these women. Yes, I'm going to let them know about the importance of shifting their mindset. I'm going to talk to them about my mindset framework that I created. I'm going to let them know the importance of making a decision and putting themselves first. This is going to be life-changing for them. It's going to be game-changer for them. They're going to be edified. They're going to be fed. They're going to shift. They're going to escalate. They're going to soar. They're going to succeed. Yes, I am the answer. I am the solution. I'm the best person for the job. Yes. I talk to myself. You have to talk to yourself. Your internal voice, how do you speak to your audience, shapes your brand and your influence, right? And so one of the things I teach during my 5-day masterclass, which is the next one's coming up on January 12th, I talk about audience connection. There's a technique for that. There's a way that you get the audience in, you lock them in, you have them on the edge of their seats, you have them wanting more, you have them feeling what it is that you're saying, you have them attached and attracted to every word that's coming out of your mouth. And it's not just what you say, it's how you say it. And that's what I teach. So it's your external voice, right? And then it's your leadership voice. It's your tone when making decisions, when setting boundaries and communicating your value. Again, you can't get to the conference table. You can't get on the phone and get ready to close the deal. And then you second guess and you hesitate. You're unsure, you're uneasy, you're uncomfortable with standing your ground and being the authority figure that you are and communicating your value. So here's the thing, when you use these three things and when they all are in alignment, you become unforgettable. Yes, you become unforgettable. Put that down. I become unforgettable. Put that in your notes. And let me tell you why people don't speak with confidence. And so for me, in the first thing, it usually comes from childhood conditioning. And so when you work with me, the first thing that we're doing, just like we did in the first few days of this challenge, we tapped into mindset. Some people don't speak with confidence because of childhood conditionings. There are countless speakers that I worked with who sought me out and asked me to be their speaker coach. And before I can work with you on communicating with confidence, and my clients who I've helped, they get on stage for the first time and spoke in front of 100 women. Before they even got there, before I could even help them structure their message, before I could even help them communicate in a way that they are connecting with their audience, we had to start with the mindset. We had to get to the root of it. We had to peel back the layers. And I found with many of them, they felt like they could not use their voice in a powerful way. They felt like that their voice didn't matter because during childhood, it was their own family members, sometimes their parents who told them. Nobody wanted to hear what they had to say. For some of them, it was because they were looking at society and they were comparing themselves to other individuals instead of appreciating and owning the voice that they were blessed with. Put in the comments, put in your notes, my voice is a blessing that will bless the nations. And so some people don't speak with confidence because of past rejection. They may have submitted a proposal, submitted an application to speak, and they may have been rejected. They may not have been selected. But don't look at it as rejection. Look at it as God's protection. Although you may have wanted that sold out stage in front of 1,200 women, but God knew you were not prepared. And if he allowed you to be selected and speak on that stage, right, you would not have shown up and added value to that audience, which in turn does not shed a positive light on you, your brand, or your authority, right? So I need you to shift. This is where we go from a fixed mindset, oh, they rejected me, to a growth mindset. What are the lessons that you were able to learn from that rejection? All right. So another reason why people don't speak with confidence is because fear of judgment. Oh, they're not going to like my message. They're not going to clap for me. They're not going to ask me to come back. Oh, they're going to think what I said wasn't good enough. Guess what? People are going to judge you no matter what, whether you're speaking, your hairstyle, the clothes that you wear. However, growth mindset, the internal voice, right? The belief that we have is going to allow us to press past that, right? Because we're not waiting for other people's validation or permission. So let's not focus on the fear of being judged. Another reason why people don't speak with confidence is because of imposter syndrome. Oh, I don't qualify. Oh, I don't match up. Oh, I don't have enough experience. I don't have enough expertise. How can I say that I have authority in this field? Oh, well, Kiki and Susu, that they're out here and they have 100 women at their conference. I don't know. Maybe I only had 10. Doesn't matter. Quality over quantity. Some people may have 100 people in the room and never make an impact or a transformation among their audience. They don't know how to connect and engage with them. But you have that 10 and you get to the core, you speak to their soul, you stir something up in their spirits and their minds that sets them on fire and they get to run and they get to build and they get to dreaming again. Come on now. Quality over quantity. And some people don't speak with confidence because of they feel unqualified, because they don't understand their assignment. But let me tell you something. You cannot be quiet and called. It doesn't work. Ask me how I know. Do you know? I told y'all I was running. She's a runner, she's a track star. Listen, y'all know that song. I was running. Guys, get over it. Where are you going? Get over here. Right? There was no room for me to be quiet and be still. So I had to surrender and submit and say yes to what God had called me to do. So your voice is part of your calling, whether you know it or not. Put that down. I cannot be quiet and called. My voice is part of my calling. All right. All right. So let me give y'all today's activation, which is today's action steps. 13, day 13. This is new for y'all, right? I give homework. I give you action steps, right? This is going to be important for you to get to those 10K month that you want to have. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to record a short 30 to 60-second video today using your voice. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, today. No filters, no shrinking, no perfection. 30 to 60-second video. I want you to just share your message. Say something that educates, something that empowers, something that encourages. 30 to 60 seconds. Something that positions you as the authority. I got a news flash for you. Your voice cannot grow if you never use it. Put that down. My voice cannot grow if I never use it. All right. So day 13s, day 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5. If you are here, everybody, this has been amazing. I know that this has been helpful. I know that this has been a game changer for all of you, right? And I'm saying all of you because when I invest my time, when I'm a good steward of my time and I show up in places, I know I never show up thinking that I know it all. I show up hungry and ready for more, right? And so I know that you have received what you needed on today so that you can build, increase, and go to the next level. All right. So listen, there's just 2 more days left for you to register for the full challenge. You can go to tiffanyharris.net and you can click the link in my bio that says 30-day 10K month challenge so that you can take advantage of the VIP and platinum opportunities. And early enrollment is about to open up in a couple days for the Women Who Multiply experience taking place in April of 2026. I keep telling y'all, this is not a conference. It is a multiplication activation designed for women who are ready to expand their voice, identity, impact, and income. So y'all get ready for that. If today reminded you that your voice has value, I want you to drop "My voice matters" in the comments and put it in your notes. My voice matters. Tomorrow is day 14, where I'm going to help you create an irresistible offer. And our scripture reference is Luke 14:28. You do not want to miss it. I will see you tomorrow. Take care.